Previously on Seek Life Elsewhere, I spent like half a day trying to cold chisel, starter punch, and beat the death out of the sidewalls, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. So first, I went to Lowe's, and that was a no-go. They don't rent tools, and they told me Home Depot does. Fortunately, Home Depot is like an hour and a half away. And then the guy was like, wait, the Walmart just started renting tools. The Walmart, I said. Yeah, the Walmart, he said. Now, I was really not optimistic about this prospect in dealing with Walmart, so I looked up the information and discovered that it is actually Sunbelt Rentals. If you are in Florida, look up Sunbelt Rentals because they are located inside of Walmarts and they have like literally everything. And they were so friendly, so helpful. The guy that I met there, Mo, helped me understand what it was I was gonna need. I don't need an air compressor, he said. I can just use this battery-driven air hammer with the chisel and starter attachment, and it was a really great experience all around. I'm really hoping that this is the answer to my rivets. Don't even know what to say about the rivets. I hate them so much. So here is everything that this kit that I rented came with. Comes with a charger, and it's a fast charger. He said it should charge the batteries in like 20 minutes. 2 batteries, the air hammer itself. Look at this, beastly. Look it. It has a hammer feature, it has a drill feature, and then it actually has like a combo drill and hammer feature. This thing is super powerful. I tested it out, made sure that I knew how to put the attachments in. Speaking of the attachments, here they are. There's a little chisel-y looking guy right here, pokey starter punch, and this very wide mouth thing that he decided to put in the bag, even though I said I didn't need it. Maybe I'll need it. Maybe Mo knows best. So Air Hammer 101 from someone who knows nothing. Put the battery in. Put the attachment in there. You gotta stick it and then twist it until it really clicks. You can kind of feel when it's locked in place. And then once that battery's in, it is live. You've got this extra handle for like support, and then you're not really gonna see when you pull that trigger. You're not gonna see much, but when it's actually touching the thing that it's gonna hammer, you gonna feel it. So this is the moment of truth. We're gonna see how much better this does. Here we go. I'm a little nervous. All right. So far, so good. Putting the chisel attachment in now. Okay, so that one rivet was so much faster and easier than doing it by hand. I don't even know what to say right now. This whole thing cost $40. $40 to rent. Don't buy it. It's like $600 or something. Don't buy it. Go rent it. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. Gone. Gone. I mean, it's an empty hole. Empty holes. After some riveting success, I decided it was time to strap in for the real thing, which of course means pulling out my super attractive knee pads. Okay, so I have also now put in some earplugs. I thought maybe I wouldn't, but it's pretty noisy when you get towards the bottom of the bus, and I'm probably shouting. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. So now what I'm gonna do, after I did that row going down, I realized that I just did the hardest part, and I think it only took me a few minutes. So I'm gonna time out, just for the sake of science. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to get 10 rivets done. And these are the big rivets, and there's a lot of them. Most of the rows only have 5 or 6 of smaller rivets on the walls. And then maybe every 4 or 5 windows, there's these big old fat boys, and there's like 16 of them to a row. So if I can get that big row done in just a couple minutes, I'm feeling pretty good about this. But we're gonna go for accuracy on this. I'm gonna time myself and see how quickly I can get 10 rivets done. Then I'm literally going to go count all the rivets, and I'm going to estimate how long this is going to take me, because this is my brain. This is my brain we're working with, and I'm probably still shouting at you. Stop shouting. Here comes the science experiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's the threshold. We're gonna use the iPad to do the time, and I'm gonna run this in real time. Okay. Do we see that lightning flash? We hear the thunder. All right, on our marks, get set, go. Change! Reload! Okay. This part's actually easier standing up. Hey, I'll take it. 10 rivets in under 2 minutes. 10 rivets, less than 2 minutes. This is the ticket, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go do some math. All right, so the numbers go as follows. We have 16 of those big fat rivets in rows that basically end and begin each panel, and there are 8 of those rows. So that's 128 rivets right there. Underneath every window, there are 7 of the smaller rivets that are easier to get out, and there are 26 windows in this bus, so that's 182 of the smaller rivets. And then in addition to that, between the windows, there are another 6 small rivets, and there are 20 of these beams between the windows, so that's another 120 of the smaller rivets. So with all of those totaled up together, we have a grand total of 430 rivets. Now, I was able to get, we'll just round it up even, 2 minutes for every 10 rivets, which means we have 43 sets of rivets to do at 2 minutes a piece, means 86 minutes of air hammering, otherwise known as 1 hour and almost a half. I don't believe that that's going to be reality, but let's see if I can get this done in an hour and a half. And it's about to rain, so I'm hoping that my math is right. I really do think the trick to doing the rivets, aside from the gnarly tool that I'm using, is to just do it all at once without stopping to think about how annoying and loud the whole process really is. But after the humidity of the rain and the monotony of the riveting, I gave myself a small treat by attempting to pull off one of the panels, even if it meant my record time would be off by a few minutes. halfway done. I'm still shouting. Let's check the time. Hey! 3:07 means that it took me exactly an hour to do this entire one side of the bus. 1 hour. I'm gonna take a breather because it's pouring rain, so it's about 1 billion degrees in here. The humidity is insane. I'm gonna drink something, I'm gonna eat something, and then I'm gonna do the other side. I'm coming at ya. I have both walls done. All of this and all of this have been de-riveted, baby. Now, there's some, oh my God, there's some bad news. While I was starting the second side, as you can see, it's pouring rain outside, and I see in the rain a bright rainbow umbrella, just kind of dancing across my windshield, and I peek out to see a nosy neighbor. Now, there's two kinds of nosy neighbors. The kind that come up to the door and introduce themselves, and the kind that walk back and forth, pacing in front of the bus, and then when I come out of the bus and say, "Hey, how's it going?" they walk away without saying a word. So, don't know about my riveting days, but while I still have light, energy, and like some vim and verb, I'm gonna try to see what it's like getting this out, because this is my pro tip. If you're looking for a real pro tip, listen. Let's say you have a goal for the day. Let's say my goal was to get the walls out, right? The goal was to get my walls out, and tomorrow's goal is to get the ceiling out. Let's say I get these walls out. I cannot be satisfied. Don't be satisfied. Try a little bit of tomorrow's task before you end today, because then if all hell breaks loose and nothing you had planned to do it works, you have the entire night to troubleshoot, research, make a different plan, instead of waking up to a problem. So I'm gonna try once to get one line of rivets done, just to see what I'm dealing with. And then I might try to pry more of this wall up, because that's a mess, and do things that are a little bit more on the silent side of things. Let's not poke the bear, shall we? It didn't take me long to realize just how important trying out this task ahead of time would end up being, because while this tool worked wonders on the walls, it was not making nearly the dent it needed to in the elbow grease required for the ceiling rivets. This phase of riveting included lots of frustration, procrastination, staring into the void, wishing for the end to come, and whining in general. These suckers were like 3 times the size of the biggest wall rivets, and getting just 6 of them out took me nearly 30 minutes of sweat, sore shoulders, and lots of cursing. Right about here is when I realized there were 40 of the chonky rivets on each of these seams, and my brain basically shut down. Please understand my mindset. Our subject has reached the point at which she is considering finding help. Not because I don't know how. I know how. I got 6. I got 6 done. But time-wise, I just need another pair of hands. Can someone help? Can you? Can you help me? You? All right, I'm gonna go inside, drink some water, decide what to do next. Here we go. Oh. After some water and some pappy time, I picked up where I left off, ready to absolutely destroy some rivets, and it felt like some 90s jams would somehow make it all work better. Go ahead and comment below what song you think was playing when all the drama with that neighbor, the one with the rainbow umbrella, that neighbor, it's about to happen right now. So what song do you think was playing when it all went down? Now, of course, the only time actual confrontational drama happens in my life, I have the camera on time-lapse instead of video. So there's no proof of anything that I'm about to explain, but trust me, it happened. Well, I kind of expected that to happen. The nosy neighbor came back, he opened the door to my bus, he came inside my bus, and he yelled at me. And, man, I don't exactly blame him, but wasn't like the way to go about it, I don't think. He literally yelled at me, said that this is a residential area, it's not an industrial area, obviously, and he's going to lodge a formal complaint. So, he yelled the words, cease and desist. So, I guess I should cease and desist until we get this straightened out. I knew, just for the record, I knew this was going to happen.
Hurricanes, people run their generators 24 hours.
First violation, noise ordinance.
Where do you come from?
He's not this house, he's the one right next to them.
Well, what times would you be okay with for us to make noise?
Okay.
What are we doing?
What are we doing, Melinda?
We're going to the nosy neighbor's house. So we're gonna make nice and see if we can't get him to like. Oh, you can't put on film. Yeah. I'm sorry. We see if we can't get him to be a nice person and let her keep working. I'm not doing any work.
Cute house. Okay, here we go.
20 minutes later.
So we went to the house of the nosy neighbor. We're not even calling him the nosy neighbor anymore. We're gonna call him the crazy neighbor. The wife answered the door and we spoke to the wife and she was very concerned and we assured her I am only using this specific tool for this weekend. She was very exasperated. Do you understand how loud it is? And I wanted to say, do you understand that my face is 3 inches from the sound? I know how loud it is. And of course I understand how loud it is. Every single time I get out a loud power tool, I get so nervous because it is such a nice, quiet area and I don't want to be that person. But certain things have to get done and this is the loudest thing that has to get done and it has to get done this weekend. So she agreed that I could go for another hour and that I could start again tomorrow, no earlier than 9. I'm going to start at 9:30, 9:45. I'm going to try to be an angel. And then hopefully I can get it all done before I have to get the rental back to Walmart or I get charged for I don't even know how many days because I gotta be gone for the whole week. So I gotta do what I gotta do and get it done as fast as humanly possible. So I'm not gonna be videoing as much because I'm gonna be balls to the wall, balls to the ceiling, getting this stupid step done. Here we go. All night long, all night. Ooh. Okay, the verdict is in. Angle grinding is the fastest, quietest way to do it. I got that whole thing done in 11 minutes. I did almost catch the insulation on fire, so be very vigilant about where your sparks are flying. Maybe you should have I don't know, should I have taken the panels down before? I don't know. I think I did it in the right order. So I'm gonna try to get this actual panel out and see what happens. And then I'm gonna maybe try to grind one more strip before I call it a neighborly day. back inside because rule of thumb, if it's too dark to take video, it's probably too dark to be working on the bus. So I'm thinking 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours of angle grinding to be done tomorrow. I can't start until 10 o'clock. That's the rule I'm setting for myself and to be friendly to the neighbors. But for now, I'm going to get a shower. I'm going to eat food with Melinda. And then I'm going to sleep like I've never slept. What is sleep? After dinner, we of course found the biggest chocolate and candy shop ever. And every time I find one of these kinds of stores, I do my traditional hunt for my favorite elderly candy, the Zagnut. And as usual, they are nowhere to be found. Every single one, and there is no Zagnuts. Nobody sells them. I don't want Boston baked beans.